So I just got out of my workout. As you can see, I showered, my hair is still wet. But it's about 7:30 right now, and wait, I didn't even say hi. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana if you're new here, and today I'm gonna be doing a day of my life. I have my first pharm exam today, so I'm gonna take you guys through today, obviously. I had a 5:30 workout. It was just like a HIIT style class. I was freaking dying, okay? I haven't worked out in like 2 weeks because I've had the stomach flu and I've been sick. And this was definitely not the class to come to, like first day back not working out. So I was definitely dying, but it was a really good class and I'm happy that I went. So I just showered. I ended up going to the cafe at my gym and I just got this gluten-free vegan breakfast burrito. And then I also made myself a shake at home before I left. I've just had it in the car since it's pretty cold, and I have ice in there as well, so it didn't go bad. So I'm gonna eat that really quick and start driving to campus. Like I said, 7:30, 7:40 right now. My exam's not until 1 o'clock, so I have more than enough time to kind of like get my shit together. Also, extremely sorry I haven't vlogged or posted anything in a while. Like I said, I've been sick. I had the stomach flu. It was awful. I had like zero appetite for like over a week. I was puking, I was vomiting. Not fun. But yeah, I'm better now. I'm feeling good, and let's just get this day started. I feel like I'm so like worked up and I'm talking really fast, and I'm sorry, but alright guys, so it is much later. I'm done with the exam. It's almost 3 o'clock now, and I'm actually in the library right now. I'm waiting to go inside, but I did just get some Chipotle to eat because I'm starving. I haven't eaten since this morning after the gym, and I'm very hungry, and I didn't want to go home because I have so much to study tonight that I didn't want to go home and potentially fall asleep or take too long watching TV or blah blah. So I just came straight here. I'm gonna eat my Chipotle. I'm gonna come back and talk to you guys before I go inside because I want to talk about my exam, and I also want to give you guys some test taking strategies that our professor gave us for our pharm exam today that actually were really helpful. So I think that they might be helpful for you guys too. But I'm literally so hungry that I can't wait, and I'm gonna eat like right now, so I'll be right back. I wanted to talk about the exam because I am done eating now, and I wanted to kind of talk about how my first pharm exam went. Pharm was extremely easy, and I was kind of anticipating it to be easy because we haven't covered any meds yet. So the whole exam was really revolving around like the pharmacokinetics of drugs, which is very familiar to me. I worked at a phase 1 drug facility, so I knew a lot of that, and a lot of it comes from prior knowledge in other science classes that are required for nursing school. So it was really easy information and it was really light. I did want to give you guys some test taking strategies because even though the exam was really easy, the wording and the questioning on some of them were very tricky. And this semester we're seeing a lot more NCLEX based questions, so wording is everything. And our professor was kind enough to send us a PowerPoint with test taking strategies that were extremely helpful. I was thinking about it a lot during the exam actually, and I wanted to share some of them with you guys. I'm not going to go over all of the ones she said because I didn't utilize all of them, but I'm just going to talk about the ones that I actually thought of and used for my exam today. So the first one was keywords. So she mentioned that a lot of the times questions will have keywords that relate to the answer. So for example, in her example PowerPoint that she had, if you see like the word low sodium, then you could start thinking of like hyponatremia, which is low sodium. So just keywords like that correlate together, they could be helpful in determining the answer. So that one I did see a lot of, and I used picking out keywords. The questions have a lot of random baloney that you don't even need, so you need to be really good at picking out the keywords and the important information and just forget about everything else. Keywords and kind of eliminating information was very important because, like I said, these are more NCLEX based questions, so it's a lot of patient scenarios, and you kind of have to be able to take out the important information and kind of translate that over to a concept that you just learned. So that was very very useful. This one was by far the most helpful, I think, in the entire exam, especially for select all that apply questions. This is the one that I thought of all the time. And just kind of before I go into what the tip is, if you are unfamiliar with medications, then I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to take a pharm class to know this, but medications are very specific to the dose, to the medication, to the patient. There's just so many factors that play into drugs that having absolute words, which I'll talk about what that means in a second, having absolute words in select all apply questions is absolute baloney. So kind of what I mean by absolute words. So words like all, never, always, every, not, must, none. So those kind of words where if you see it in a question, it's like, I don't know, hypertensive medications always do this, or, you know, stuff like that where it's an always situation. That's not always going to be true because it could be so different for a different patient. Like people could have different reactions. So having absolute words like that, especially in a multiple like select all that apply question, most of the time it's going to be wrong unless you are 1000% sure that the statement is true. I found that most of them that I saw on the select all apply questions were all wrong. For those kind of questions, this hint helped me a lot. I hope you understand what I mean by that. It's just having your absolute words. I'll say them again so if you guys want to hear them. So all, never, always, none, every, no, just, not, only, must. So think of these words in different phrases for different concepts. And just kind of think about the question. So if you see these words, I always just like stop for a second and reread the statement. And if I know that that's not always true because this patient could have this, or this patient could have this disease that affects this, then the answer is going to be wrong. So that one helped me so much. Even after the exam was over and I was talking to my friends about it, we talked about this tip that she mentioned and how that helped us a lot for the select all that apply. And we were so happy that she said that because you don't think about it, but it's so true. And I'm so happy she told us that because it was really helpful. And then the last tip that she gave us that was pretty helpful was, if again in a select all apply or even just a general multiple choice question, if two of the answers are very similar, odds are it's either both right if there's a select all apply, or they're both wrong if it's just a one answer is right kind of question. Because you can't have two answers that are very similar and they both be right. So odds are there's probably a better answer in those choices that is better suited for the question. And I'll give you an example that she gave us. So regardless of what the question is, if the answer choice is like increase muscle tone and then it's maximize muscle strength, those are literally the same thing said two different ways. In a situation where like only one answer is right, odds are both of them are probably wrong. And we actually did see a question like this on the exam. It was talking about, I don't remember what the question was, but the answers were like it increases your blood pressure or it increases your heart rate. Well, blood pressure and heart rate are both like directly related to each other, so they were both wrong. There was a better answer. I don't remember what the answer was anymore, but I know that those, I looked at those two and I was like, wow, those are two very similar answers, and what do you know, there was a better answer. They were both wrong. So those are just 3 little tips that I wanted to give you. Or I guess the last one, don't change your answers. I know you've probably heard this so many different times. Your first instinct is almost always right. I'm pretty sure she said a statistic that like 90% of the time that you select an answer and you want to change it, your first answer is 90% of the time right. So unless you are certain that you put the wrong answer, just leave it. Even if you're unsure, just leave your first instinct. It's probably gonna be right. Your odds are better just leaving it. And yeah, so that's kind of all I wanted to say about that. Pharm again was super easy. Wording is tricky for sure, but these tips definitely helped me. So hopefully they help you guys. I don't know what I got on the exam yet. I don't know how soon they release exam grades since it's the first exam of the semester. But anyways, I'm still in the library or in the parking lot sitting. So I'm gonna go in now and learn the second half of all of these meds. Let's get studying. All Alright guys, so it's a little bit later, almost 6 o'clock. I was there, I don't know how long. I don't remember what time I got there. Maybe 2 hours, a little longer, I don't know. But actually on my way home, my back is killing me. I've just been sitting for way too long today. I need to just like lay down. Like sitting is just like hurting me. I reviewed all the meds that I learned this morning and I still have them down, which is good, so they're not just like leaving my brain. But I do want to get through all of the antipsychotic meds and all of those before the end of the night, and I think I'll call it there. And then I've pretty much gone through all the major drugs that I needed to go through. So I've done the anti-anxiety, antidepressants. I want to get done the antipsychotic. The other drug classes are a lot smaller and easier, so these ones were the biggest ones for sure, with like the most drugs, the most like sub classifications, and just so much other stuff that we need to know. So, but yeah, I want to get through the antipsychotics today. I'll probably just do them in bed, laying down. Hopefully I don't fall asleep because I'm getting tired, but my back is just, it's not good. But yeah, so I am back home and I've just been chilling and working on the antipsychotic medications like I said. But I'm actually going to start wrapping up this video because I want to finish up the meds. I'm almost done, and then edit this and hopefully get it up by tonight or tomorrow, since I haven't posted in a while, so I feel bad. But it should be pretty quick since it's only one day of footage. But I did want to talk about my study guides and my notes and selling them, because I have been getting so many questions in the comments and DMs asking for me to sell them or to share them, to make them available for you guys. And I have thought about it long and hard, and I'm actually deciding not to share them or sell them, because this is where it gets weird. And I don't want you guys to think I'm being mean about it or I'm being selfish, but I firmly believe that making them myself has made me as successful as I am, like my first semester, as far as studying goes, and my exam grades and just course grades in general. I think putting in the work is ultimately what's gonna get you the success that you want. You know, I never referenced anyone else's work or Quizlets or study guides or anything, because I mean, I need to do it myself. That's the only way I'm gonna learn. So I'm sorry, I just don't want to share it. I feel really bad, but I mean, information varies, you know, by school to school. Obviously, like, not that much, but you know, I don't want to be responsible if you start using my stuff and you get things wrong on exams because it's not the same information, or you know, you guys covered too much and you know, my study guides or notes don't have that stuff. And I just see so many, you know, complications and so many concerns with the idea of sharing, and I really don't want to put myself in a situation where I have to start dealing with it. Another big reason is my study guides are super condensed and abbreviated, and I use so many symbols that make sense to me. I like shorthand. No, I use slang. I write that makes sense in my head. Like, everything's just written for my eyes, that if any one of you guys tried reading it, I feel like you wouldn't know what I'm saying, because it's not even sentences anymore. It's just like symbols. So I don't know, I just see so many issues with me trying to share it, and I'm sorry. I feel really bad. Obviously this is not about the money, because trust me, we all need money, but for me, the cons outweigh the pros here, and you know, I hate to be that person, but I just don't want to share at the moment. My opinion might change maybe like once I graduate or towards the end of my nursing school career, but as of right now, I don't want to share them, so I'm very sorry. I will say that in my program, we do have large group chats and Facebook pages where a lot of students share Quizlets and study guides and, you know, helpful documents, you know, shorthand stuff that people make, and they just share them willingly. So if your semester of students doesn't have that, then I think you should be the one to make that Facebook group or a group me or whatever it is. And just share stuff, guys. Like, study guides fly around left and right. Like, I probably have access to numerous study guides for every single one of my classes now. I personally choose not to look at them because I don't like reading someone else's work. Like I said, I do myself, but they're always out there and you can always find them. So if your school doesn't have a place where you guys all can talk about stuff, I highly recommend that you be the one to create that for yourself and for your peers. Now, with that being said, I am going to be doing an updated in-depth video. God, I couldn't think. An updated in-depth video of how I make my study guides. And I will be doing a separate plan with me. I'm just going through my first round of exams right now, so once I get through that, you guys can start expecting an updated study with me and plan with me. I might even film the plan with me for next week, since I have a crap ton of exams next week, so that one might be up first. But then I will be getting up that study with me hopefully very soon, so keep your eyes out for that. You know, it's been so crazy with studying right now, so and I was trying to catch up forever from having the stomach flu. But yeah, I'm so sorry for those of you who wanted my study guides or my notes. I'm sorry, I just don't feel comfortable sharing them, like I said. So yeah, hopefully you guys can respect my choice and my opinion, you know. I'm so sorry. But yeah, hopefully you guys thought this video was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And hopefully you got some good tips from my pharm test taking tips from my professor, because I thought that they were very helpful for me, and I know I've been sharing them with my friends who are taking their exam tomorrow. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.